What are language constructs? Language constructs represent an internal part of a given programming language. The difference between them and ordinary functions are that they are created by the creators of the programming language, and the parser knows exactly what kinds of parameters they take, whether they would have parentheses and things like that, and that means they're executed faster than ordinary functions. For example, if you have a function, for example, the PHP function strlen, they're usually written by other programmers, and they are created using language construct like if, is set, while. It could contain a loop or something like that. However, the function isset is a language construct, which means that the parser knows that exactly after the isset is written, it has to follow two parentheses, and their arguments have to be separated by a comma, and this is what the internal parser knows. Very often you will see that they have in their explanation, they have, for example, in the array, an array can be created using the array language construct, and this can be confusing at first because lots of people cannot tell the difference between them. Or, for example, in the isset PHP menu, you can see a warning. Isset only works with variables, as passing anything else will result in a parse error. For checking if constants are set, use the defined function. And note, because this is a language construct and not a function, it cannot be called using variable functions. That means that if you understand what language constructs are, it will be much easier for you to comprehend the documentation and understand why they're faster and how they're made. And the language constructs are not the same in every language. For example, there is no isset in JavaScript or in Java as far as I know, or in Perl, there's no isset language construct. However, if is very commonly used. I think it's used in all programming languages basically, maybe except those that are command prompt typed. And some language constructs require parentheses after them and some doesn't. For example, isset does not work if you don't put parentheses in front of it. However, die works with and without parentheses. You actually put parentheses if you want to kill off the page and display error. But if you don't want to do that, then you just remove the parentheses and you just put a semicolon and it works just fine. While require is also the same, and include. Echo works exactly the same. You can either do it like this when you want to output a message, or you can remove them completely and just this is a message, and just write your message and it will still work fine. And remember, never duplicate language constructs with your functions because it makes no sense. They will be faster, they'll have no errors, they'll output no errors actually. So that means it's much wiser to use them. And different languages have different kinds of language constructs by on top of them their functionality is built.